Alright, YouTube. So there's this YouTube personality that I also would like to address on this channel. I may have addressed a few times before, but not in any particular video. It concerns someone that I'm actually sort of a fan of, but I sort of have like a love-hate relationship with. I don't know, like love-hate / relationship view of and whatnot. And it kind of pains me to say this because I actually do enjoy a lot of this content. His name is Farron Cousins. He's the host of the Ring of Fire Network and also has a YouTube channel called Farron Balanced. To the Farron Balanced. Yeah, it's Farron Balanced. And there's a lot of stuff that he says that I actually agree with, like when he takes the piss out of Ron DeSantis for stupid shit, or when he goes after Trump for stupid shit like that, or other fucking far-right pieces of shit. So when he does that, I actually agree with him. But there's something about him, like, as of late, where he has just been kind of going downhill. And what I mean by that is when I say he's going downhill, I just mean that he's basically going down the same path that these other leftist channels have been going down over defending fucking Ukraine and doing all that shit, trying to shill over Ukraine and whatnot. And yes, Farron Cousins has been doing that and has also been making just completely untrue videos about Joe Rogan, has been saying shit, and then bitches about, oh, because Tucker Carlson doesn't side with Ukraine and prefers to side maybe with the other side, which is Russia, I guess. So I guess that makes him a bad guy or something like that. Well, I guess he would think that about me as well, even though I'm like, hey, Farron, I'm kind of sort of a fan of you, but you're kind of fucking naive when it comes to Ukraine. When it comes to the whole Russia-Ukraine stuff, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In all honesty, the dude has no idea what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to that whole thing. Trying to sit there and trying to act like, sitting there acting like, oh no, we should continue giving arms to Ukraine. No, Farron Cousins actually believes in that. He's actually made quite a few videos where he actually says that, yeah, we're going to give you money, we're going to give you weapons, we should help you out, we should do this and we should do that. No, we should not be doing that. We should not be doing that under any circumstances whatsoever. We should not be. And the reason why I'm sort of okay with Farron Cousins over the others, over, say, like, you know, other shit-lib channels like the Young Turks and Sam Cedar and others like that, the Humanist Report especially, fucking hate those people. The reason Farron Cousins is more bearable than, say, them is because Farron Cousins is not really known for, like, getting into, like, drama with other YouTubers and stuff like that, so he's not like a drama channel necessarily. So like, say like when I listen to, say if like I was to listen to the Young Turks or something, it'd make my fucking head want to explode. They're so stupid and it's just pathetic how much they've degraded in recent years. The same goes for Sam Cedar. I could listen to him, and when I listen to someone, if I was to listen to someone like him, which I haven't in a while because I unsubscribed for him years ago. The final straw being his smear attacks on Aaron Mate. Y'all know how that shit went. And, like, Sam Cedar just strikes me as someone who is legitimately not that intelligent. Like, he just is someone who is just painfully ignorant about how the world works and everything else. So, no, Sam Cedar, not a smart guy. Do not like him and haven't liked him for a very long time. But it just kind of pains me to see Farron Cousins go down the same path. You know, I mean, some people are like, well, some people would say, oh, but, you know, he's in that same camp, so, you know, this is kind of what to expect. You know what? I kind of did expect this. I kind of did sort of expect this type of thing, but it was never like this. It was never like this. And if you check his Twitter, he's retweeting stuff from the fucking Young Turks and Anna Kasparian, okay? So we all know where Farron Cousins' allegiance is. We all know exactly where he stands. We know that he's with him, and I've never heard him talk about, say, like Aaron Mate or Max Blumenthal or the Gray Zone or anything like that at any point, but I'm sure he has those views, he just doesn't talk about it. Now, if he was to talk about it, yeah, I don't think I'd have any fucking thing to do with him or that channel anymore. I don't think I would. I mean, he only mentioned Jimmy Dore once, like a few years ago, said he didn't like him or whatever for stupid reasons, but okay, I was like, okay, whatever, you know, you don't like Jimmy Dore, whatever, that's fine. I happen to like Jimmy Dore. I'm a Jimmy Dore fan, and I really like Jimmy Dore. I'm probably one of his biggest fans. I'm one of the Gray Zone's biggest fans. So, okay, whatever, fine. You don't like him, whatever. But when he goes off into the Joe Rogan being an anti-vaxxer, yes, Farron Cousins parrots that kind of thing. But you want to know what's funny? Because Steven and I were having a conversation about this last night. Basically, Farron Cousins is always saying Joe Rogan isn't a doctor and you shouldn't talk about COVID and whatnot, right? Well, then why is he saying that natural immunity is not a thing? Or, oh, it's stupid to say that natural immunity being a thing or whatever. And, like, okay, you're not a doctor, Farron, so why are you talking about it then? Why are you talking about that? That's my question. Why are you talking about COVID? Like I said about all these other fucking people that want to smear Joe Rogan as an anti-vaxxer and all this other fucking stupid bullshit. Here's my question on that subject. If Joe Rogan is not qualified, how are you people any more qualified to talk about what's right and what's not right about COVID? None of you fucking people are medical professionals. Okay, so whatever. Okay, you can say that about Joe Rogan. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, I'll give you that. But how is it that if Joe Rogan isn't that way, how are you guys any more qualified to say anything about him? How are you more qualified to say anything about COVID? That's my question. So whenever you want to talk about shit like that, then what's the reason for it? What's the reason for it? Oh, I know what it is, because it's the fucking Joe Rogan smear campaign. That's all it is. That's what Sam Cedar's doing. That's what the Young Turks is doing. And that's unfortunately what Farron Cousins has done. He hasn't made that many videos on Joe Rogan, but it's just ridiculous. And I know exactly who Farron Cousins is also talking about when he says this too, because he also said in another video as well on his Farron Balance channel, said that, you know, there are some people on YouTube that are so far left that they're on the right. Okay, we all know who he's talking about. He's not mentioning the Gray Zone or mentioning Max Blumenthal or Aaron Mate or like Mint Press News, but you know that he's hinting at them. You know that that's what he's thinking. If he's thinking that, we all know exactly. If he's saying that, we all know who he's thinking about. We all know, because that's the same smear against the Gray Zone. And I'm not saying the Gray Zone is like that, because I love the Gray Zone. Everyone knows how much I love the Gray Zone. Okay, I promote the Gray Zone. I've been the biggest fan of the Gray Zone for years. I've always been a fan of the Gray Zone. Love the Gray Zone. Love Aaron Mate. Love those guys, because they're further to the left, just like I am. Okay, they're further to the left, just like I am, and they're actually reasonable human beings, and they actually speak to actuals. Revolutionaries, left-wing revolutionaries like myself. That's what the Gray Zone does. But there's a lot of things that Farron Cousins says that I actually agree with. But it just pains me when he has to go down this fucking path. Okay? And there were some times where I was thinking about kind of sort of unsubbing from him. But then I'm like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of things he says that I do agree with. But I don't know. If he keeps degrading into what he's degrading into, I don't know. I don't know if I can stay on this ship much longer with him, because it's getting to be a little ridiculous. Now, trust me, if Farron Cousins said even 1/1,000,000th of the shit that the Young Turks has said about like Aaron Mate or Joe Rogan or something, then I would have unsubbed from him a fucking long time ago. I wouldn't even be on here defending him or whatever. And I'm not even defending him. I just defend him on certain issues, because there's a lot of things that Farron says that I actually agree with. Like when he says Ron DeSantis is a piece of shit, I agree with that, because DeSantis is a piece of shit. He's fucking garbage. I hate him. I despise him. Same thing with Trump. Hate him, despise him, garbage president, garbage human being. 100% agree with that. But when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, Farron Cousins does not know a damn thing about it. He does not know what the Gray Zone knows about it, because he doesn't study this thing like the Gray Zone does, or like Mint Press News does. or others do, or Jimmy Dore does. What Farron Cousins does is he just takes whatever the other side that he's on, like the Young Turk side, and he parrots that. That's what he does. So, and a lot of his fans are also like Young Turks fans. So, you know, that they throw around childish terms against their left-wing critics like tanky and stuff like that. You know, fucking stupid-ass bullshit words that don't make any fucking sense and have no rhyme or meaning to them whatsoever. So yeah, it's people like that. You know, Secular Talk even has fucking cancerous comment sections as well nowadays, because all the Jimmy Dore fans left, and now all the fucking Young Turds fans are fucking in there. And then also, let's not forget, Farron Cousins also was fucking smearing Kyle Rittenhouse, saying, "Oh, who do you think you are?" Like, literally talking down to him, like, "Who do you think you are?" trying to ask a question. I just could not even bear to watch the fucking video. I was just like, nope. I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. So, overall, I don't have a problem with Farron Cousins. I just think that just some of the things that he says is a little bit silly, to say the least. Let's just put it that way. It's just a little bit fucking silly. And we know who he's referencing. We really do. We know who he's referencing when he says that you're so far left that you sound like you're on the right. Again, that's a contradiction. It makes no sense. Okay? Again, that's a big contradiction. It makes no sense. He's just saying that about people who sympathize with Russia and stuff like that. Like me. That's what he would be saying about people like me. He probably would be saying that. He'd be like, "Oh, who's this Zach the Celtics guy? Why is he in my comments? Or why is he in my comments?" or whatever. Well, here's the thing, bud. I actually agree with you on a lot of stuff, but when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, you're fucking naive. You're really naive, and you don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, or talk down to him or talk down to anybody, but I'm sorry, but there's really no other way to say it. But like, dude, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So it's like, no, dude, you don't have any clue. You have absolutely no clue about how this shit works, because you don't. Okay, that explains it. I'm just trying to load this up here just so I can link all the videos in the description and whatnot, so that way I can find all of them and just all the shit that he was saying about Tucker Carlson. But no, just generally speaking, I don't think Farron Cousins is a bad person, really. I don't think he is. I think he's genuinely a nice guy. I really do. He seems like it. But, like, I've seen him in interviews. I've seen him do a whole bunch of different initiatives and all that. I mean, I've seen him in a lot of different things. But I just think that when it comes to certain topics, he just sounds like a shit lib. In a lot of different ways. He literally just sounds like a shit lib, and he needs to kind of sort of educate himself a little bit better on Russia and Ukraine, and understand that Ukraine is not this fucking innocent country, and they're not this country that is so innocent we should be defending and shoveling out money for and everything else. They wanted this fucking war with Russia, and we don't need to risk a World War III with Russia over fucking Ukraine. Because in all honesty, this is in fact a NATO proxy war. Now, Farron Cousins would never say that, because we know what team he's on. So it's like, no. Generally, you are good. However, on certain topics, you don't know what you're talking about. That's really my thoughts on Farron Cousins. Generally, I'm with him, but on certain issues like this, when it comes to certain YouTubers and certain topics, he has no idea what he's talking about. And I still have hope for him. I still do. I'm not going to unsub from him. I don't see myself doing it now, at least. But depending on what direction he goes in, I don't know. It depends. My subscription to him and to his other channel kind of sort of goes with wherever he goes. If he does better work and he actually talks about the facts, then I'll stay on board. But if he if he becomes the Ukrainian cheerleading network and smearing certain people, then no, I'm not going to give it the time of day. Just like I don't give the Young Turks the time of day, I don't give Sam Sear the time of day, or fucking David Pakman or these other shitlibs the time of day. Because that's not who I am. They don't speak for me. They don't speak to me, so they don't speak for me, or they don't speak to me. Someone who is much further left than they are, and is sympathetic with Russia, sympathetic with anti-imperialist causes, and other countries as well, sympathetic with Russia over Ukraine, sympathetic with China over Taiwan. Y'all know my views on that, but no, I mean, Farron Cousins needs to, like I said, generally I agree with him, but on these topics I don't. So wherever he goes, I'll go. If he approves and gets shit right, I'll be all on board with him. But if he says stupid shit, I'm going to call him out. And whether or not I stay with him, subscription-wise, will all depend on the quality of his content. Let's just hope it gets better and he doesn't degrade into what the other side is become, because it's not good. So that about wraps it up for now, but that's really all I wanted to say with regards to that to this whole thing. But thank you to everybody who stopped by and listened. I will be back tomorrow night at some point with my live stream. Look out for that. Stay tuned to find out more and more stuff on the way. This is Zach, the Celtics guy, saying thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next stream tomorrow night. More videos, including more of my legal lessons videos and a whole bunch of other shit in the works. Stay tuned, and I'll see you all again in my next content coming up soon, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now. Take care. Peace out, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now. Peace out.